So what if I told you that this man, Kim Ji-won, the director of such amazing films as The Good, the Bad, the Weird, Tale of Two Sisters, I Saw the Devil and A Bittersweet Life, also had a wonderfully amazing dark comedy called The Quiet Family that I believe that any fan of Korean cinema should check out immediately. Now, The Quiet Family, as you can see here, is a movie following the Kang family, and they open a mountain inn where the first guest commits suicide. Suddenly, all their guests befall horrible fate. Now, after this happens, the family freaks out and does the one thing that you should probably not do and tries to cover it up as the first few minutes of the film explains that they are under an enormous amount of stress for this inn to succeed for the entire family's well-being. Now, the two main members of the family that I'm sure most people will recognize first is Song Kang-ho, who, if you've watched any amount of Korean cinema, you will recognize from some amazing films such as Memories of Murder, The Host, Parasite, and Thirst, and that's just naming a few, as well as Choi Min-sik, who I'm probably saying that incorrectly. I haven't actually heard his real name pronounced before, but it's very fun to see him in a film where he's not playing just a raging psychopath or a drug lord. And to give you a couple of ideas of what he's been in, of course, Old Boy, I Saw the Devil, New World, as well as many more. Now, this is not going to be your typical Western-style horror film. There's not going to be blood and guts everywhere. Sure, there are some bodies that start to pile up, but it's nothing overwhelming. So if you're squeamish about that kind of thing, you can really enjoy this movie. And the comedy is not something that you would think of a Western audience. It's very dark and not necessarily dry, but it's not going to be something that you're just going to laugh out loud about. But it's just the situations that the family puts themselves in inadvertently by trying to cover up that suicide, and things just spiral out of control, nonstop until the very end of the movie. Now, the movie takes place pretty much 100% on the mountainside inn that they bought, renovated, and are trying to make succeed for their family. But the fortunate thing is, with the hilarity that ensues from all of the choices that they make and then all of the guests that come in, there's enough variety as far as the character interactions to keep things moving forward and keep you engaged despite the simplistic setting that everyone is sitting in. It's kind of hard to go into too much about the movie because you don't want to give too much away. However, I will just say it is a dark comedy horror movie. It's not going to be overly scary. It's just the tension that builds based on, like I said, the choices that they make. And the humor is probably not laugh out loud funny, but I enjoyed it very much. There were, I believe,